getting things ready, but also I'm trying to get my ad manager. What do you mean an ad starts in 3 minutes? Whatever, I'll run it now. This is going to be genuinely so hard to like manage ads and stuff like that. I should like, I wish you could just have this open on your phone. It's like, I have only one screen and I'm gonna have to like tab into it. And that's just like not practical, I would argue. Let's see. I'm like, maybe they'll let me do it from my phone? I don't know. Because they give you a stream manager, but they don't let you manage ads on it. They will, which is very irritating. Or we've been sitting here for a while. Okay, so everybody's back from the ad, at the very least. Setting up the game. Yes. Okay. I'm just gonna open the app. Guys. I don't know, I'll have to like check what's going on in the chat. Nobody in the chat. See, clock. Do a stopwatch for like, not a stopwatch, a timer. Say for 18 minutes. I can just have that in my face. Start. Right. Okay. Hello, everybody. Are y'all here? Are y'all ready? Make sure everybody has what they need. Everyone's got their links. Probably they'll just give me a thing where I can just have. I guess not. I don't think anybody's here, so I think it's fine. Alright. Automod and Chad. This space. Monkey. Here we are. weren't saying anything. What do you mean like you're not already in chat? You didn't say shit. Alright. First 2 seconds I'm already swearing. Anyways, Thunder, I don't know if you watched what happened in the meantime, but you are completely silent. I even checked to see the participants. I checked to see if you were in chat. You were not there. So I went through everything to send you the link because I'm so nice. I don't know if you saw the VOD that I uploaded. But just in case you missed it, the gameplay, oh shoot, what did we miss? That's hard. I thought you'd have watched it, to be honest. What happened? Okay, so Gumshoe is like, oh, like, let me help you guys. I thought listen, because I watch like 4-hour videos, like nothing. So like 30 minutes, I'm like, oh, that's like, you know, you're brushing your teeth, you're doing your skincare. You can just have that on in the background. So like, I thought it was like short, so it'd be easy. No problem though, I don't mind. I'm just trying to remember myself what happened. So Gumshoe was like, hey, I've got these things to help you find stuff. A metal detector, Missile, who is a very cute police dog, and a fishing rod. So we used Missile, and Missile was able to find that there is a tunnel leading from Mr. Carcerado. From Carcerado's jail cell, the guy who is the boxer. Paco Carcerado. Carcerado's jail cell has like a tunnel in it leading to Knight's cell in the detention center. And so Kay and Gumshoe went through the tunnel. They saw it led to it had like spoons and stuff, so clearly he dug the tunnel into Knight's jail cell. And then also Kay took a picture because it was dark down there, and as you can see, there are paw prints. So this is definitely the route that the dog used to get from Knight's cell back into, because we're like, how did the dog get to the prison? Because there's this big old door, and he must have used this because you can see the paw prints there. In the meantime, they're like, wait a second, if this tunnel exists, where's Mr. Carcerado? And he's missing. We don't know where he is. I think he's pretending to be a guard, though I'm not so sure, because this went missing on the 26th, and I think he might have been in maximum at that time. But I feel like this has something, someone is impersonating a guard, the way I see it, right? So that's where we are. And we're gonna have to talk to Kanis, because obviously his dog made it his way through the tunnel. Gets a killer for hire is always going to be a tough nut to crack. Bad. You borrowed evidence from the police to help with your investigation, is that correct? Why, yes, sweetie. Everything related to Kanis is with me now. Heaven knows how many times I've hauled the secretive scoundrel into my office to talk to me. No matter what I say or how much evidence I present him with, he simply won't say a word. Prison warden conducting interrogations herself. That's irregular, to say the least. Let your guard down and he'll devour you whole. Be careful, darlings. You have been warned. Ooh-wee! And here I thought things couldn't get any spicier. Do they still think it's Simon? Who? Who think it's Simon? Oh, like Eustace? I mean, we're about to talk to them now, but I mean, I'm pretty sure. Yes. Also, keep an eye on the time for me. I mean, you're not going to be affected, so maybe it's not a huge deal. Maybe I don't have to care about it. Now that I'm affiliated, ads are going to go off. You don't have to worry about those because you have a sub that I gifted you. But for anybody else, like, it's going to be tough on them if they're stuck in an ad while I'm, like, you know, playing. So I was trying to keep an eye on that, but I think ultimately, especially if you're the only person here, it doesn't matter, right? Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations, you're immune. Other than that, like, if that runs out, you're gonna have to be like, hey, I'm in an ad, like, please don't do anything. uh, but I think they're kind of hard-headed, so chances are they still believe it's Simon, regardless. Judge Gavel, I didn't expect to find you here. We have been conducting enquiries, which, given that we are in charge of the investigation, is hardly strange. What is strange is that you are still here, Mr. Edgeworth. I gave you a warning, did I not? I told you that your badge was at risk should our paths cross again, and yet, here you are. I'm sorry that you thought I might be so easily discouraged, Your Honor. But I am not about to let the truth slip from my grasp, no matter what you or the committee might say. Truth goes so hard. I am here to present a certain someone with evidence that you yourself should have uncovered. Ooh! Get them again, Edgeworth, get them! You have more business with me, I take it, Mr. Edgeworth. I do. I promised I would be back to prove that you were the killer, and here I am. This should be amusing. Very well, whenever you are ready.
Objection!
Not so fast. We have some truths of our own to share. First-rate deductions, in fact. I'm gonna kill myself. Eustace! With love and respect to my lovely little boy, can the adults talk? Indeed. We are now more certain than ever that Simon... How was I pronouncing this? Simon? Right. Simon Saint was the murderer. It's like Simeon. Wowie zowie. Oh my gosh. Inky on a 3, even though 2 were literally today. 2 streaks in the same day. Look at you. Plus 350 petals. Hi Inky, welcome back. You're the... Whose channel is that from? Shadows? Down, actually. Oh, okay. I'm crying. And that I should have, like, when I stream, I should have something in case, like, somebody says, Shadow had this better version. Oh! See, I was close. I should have something to drink just in case someone, redeems, hydrate or something. I don't have something currently. But, I probably will take... You know what? I'll take a break in 6 minutes since that's when the ad goes off. So nobody misses anything. And that only he could have moved Mr. Knight from his holding cell to the prison proper. We shall prove this to you beyond a shadow of a doubt. But first, a question. Are you quite determined to continue on this course, Mr. Edgeworth? Should you fail to rebut our deductions, there will be no going back. Your very career hangs in the balance. What? You mean you'll take his badge if you don't like how this goes? That's intimidation! Not at all. If anything, I am showing him mercy. This is not Mr. Edgeworth's case, it never was, and I'm under no obligation to hear him out. If he is prepared to accept the potential ramifications of his actions, I will allow him one last chance. Well, are you truly willing to take the risk? To put your beloved badge on the line? Mr. Edgeworth! Sir! accept your terms. Edgeworth goes so hard. I'm sorry. Like, Thunder, you're like, would you work under Edgeworth? Like, he's so cool. Like, I gotta be his friend, you know? I am confident of my reasoning. And what's more, I am representing the firm of Edgeworth & Co. And I do not intend to besmirch its name. I've got chills, honey. I've got chills. Fender, you feel that? My duty will be done, and I will not be intimidated. Very well. Let us see whether you are brave, or simply reckless. By the power vested in me by the almighty goddess of justice, let this judgment commence. Eustace, if you will allow me. Oh, she said, Eustace, step back. I gotta fight this man. Fine by me. He's all yours, Gavel. Oh, this is like a boss battle. No tea. Tea, like, this is so much. Oh, Knight wound up in the prison proper. You are aware of the incident involving Mr. Knight the day before yesterday, I assume. He assaulted an innocent guard and stole his keys. Later, in the middle of moving a large animal cage, Mr. Saint stopped by Mr. Knight's cell for a little visit. That's when Mr. Knight stole out of his cell using the keys he'd stolen. He slipped into the cage, and there he hid as he was wheeled into one of the prison workshops. Figures she was going to bring up Mr. Saint going to Knight's cell. Yesterday, after you so kindly made us aware of the security camera footage, we decided to take a look at it ourselves. Perhaps you would like to see what we found? This is a still from the footage we received. Mr. Saint speaking with Knight at his cell. Correct. We'll also note that he has positioned the cage in such a way as to obscure the camera's view. It is the blind spot that Mr. Knight exploited in order to enter the cage undetected. Sound deduction based on what can be observed, wouldn't you say? Blind spot, which means the camera wouldn't have been able to capture the moment Knight entered the cage if he did at all. So it's still possible that he didn't actually leave his cell at this point. I don't get it. Why would Mr. Knight want to hide in the cage? There was really only one possibility. He intended to escape. A prison break? That's so cool. Mr. Carcerado, Mr. Knight, everybody's doing it. I have to step up my game. This thing wants to go to prison? Okay. Now is really not the time. He's like, the grown-ups are talking. Please. Mr. Carcerado's escape was no laughing matter. It is my belief that Mr. Saint helped Mr. Knight with his escape attempt. That is to say, he was his accomplice. Okay, and Eustace should be having their own debate. That's like the junior debate. The junior debate going on at the side. Like while the grown-ups talk. The kids' table. That's literally exactly what that is. Bloody Typer tap found by the victim's body. Some of these are being stored. Trying to counter this. Footage of the detention center with the victim being attacked by a dark form. Let's see. There was blood. Well then, where are they proposing the murder happened? Guard was attacked, and his keys, including the one to Knight's cell, were stolen. They have yet to be recovered. Then where would they be? The day before the body was found, the guard assigned to return Knight to his cell was knocked unconscious with a single blow. The guard's keys to the holding cell were stolen, but Knight denied having taken them. Knight's cell was subsequently thoroughly searched, but no keys were found. And they weren't found on him either. Right? So me run that ad right now. Okay? Yeah, I'll run it now. Let's see. Then I'll like restart the timer, I guess. While I like figure out what's going on. Keys were stolen. Okay. Deployed at the entrances to both the detention center and the prison, capable of things made of metal. Okay. Okay. That is to say, he was his accomplice. Wow, go Simon! That wasn't a compliment. I understand that the cage was briefly taken to one of the workshops. I imagine that had things gone to plan, Mr. Knight would have remained in the cage until after the show, and then removed from the premises along with the rest of the circus's equipment. Fortunately for Mr. Knight, Mr. Saint had other ideas. He killed his friend in cold blood. Judge Gavel's argument seems reasonable, but there must be a fault in her logic somewhere, and I'm going to find it. Yeah, I'm like, this seems reasonable. I don't know exactly what I should be looking towards. Let me keep an eye on that ad. Is the ad done? Yes, the ad's done. Cool. Alright. You are aware of the incident involving Mr. Knight the day before, I assume?
Hold it!
Your Honor, about this incident. Okay, you're just talking about... Okay.
Overruled.
You are wasting both of our time. Shall we continue? Sometimes I feel like there'll be something like that. You are aware, and they'll talk about like what aware means or something, rather than just like getting into it. Assaulted an innocent guard and stole his keys.
Hold it!
Do you have any proof that Knight stole the keys? I can think of no other reason for him to carry out such a brutal attack. Once the guard he assaulted regains consciousness, I'm sure he will confirm our suspicions. Wouldn't be so sure. Perhaps I should press her further on her reasoning? No, I want more information. Sorry, but I believe there's a... Wait, I didn't say that! I didn't say all that! If Knight had the keys, there was nothing to stop him from leaving whenever he wanted. That's what I'm confused about. He didn't just leave. Also, they weren't found on him. That's what's confusing, like... He would have just left, maybe, and then, like... On top of that, it's like... Why weren't they found on him? I don't know. Do they have any... I don't know. Knight had the keys. There was nothing to stop him from leaving whenever he wanted. I wait for Mr. Saint. There was no need, surely. He chose the option he deemed more likely to succeed. He stole the keys and hid them somewhere. And waited for an opportune moment to present itself. He hid the keys. I'm afraid you might have made an uncharacteristic oversight. Yeah, that's not... How did he have... You guys were looking for a murder weapon, right? Searched the prison for the murder weapon, you couldn't find anything. You would have found those keys, right? Surely. I'm afraid you made an uncharacteristic oversight, Your Honor. But Knight wasn't hiding any keys. That has been proven already. And this is the piece of evidence that proves Knight didn't have the keys. You mean... the keys? It denied having taken them. Knight's cell was subsequently searched, but no keys were found.
Take that!
Since you know about the incident, I assume you must already know this, but... After the assault, the guards searched both Knight and his cell and no keys were found. And if the whereabouts of the keys cannot be proven, then neither can your theory. I have considered the matter of the missing keys, and I do not think it is such an issue. I still believe he had them. After all, the guards only stated that they were unable to locate them. And this is because they were cleverly hidden inside the pocket chess set. Knight's chess set, the same set in which the murder weapon was also allegedly hidden. Was it? I can't help but wonder about that. They're the ones who said it, bro. You said that. It was you. What? But you're the one who proposed it. Actually, if you recall, that was Eustace's assertion, throwing him straight under the bus. Eustace, how's the view from under the bus, honey? Whoa. Actually, if you recall, that was Eustace's assertion. He can't even believe it. He's gagged, honey. So the two of them aren't of one mind on this, I take it. Allow me to restate the facts. Mr. Knight hid the keys he stole from the guard inside his chess set. When Mr. Saint came to see him, Mr. Knight used the keys to open his cell and climbed inside the cage. He was then moved from the holding cell to the workshop in the prison proper. All with the help of his friend and accomplice. Had things gone according to plan, he would have been taken out of the facility after the show. They did not. Instead, his accomplice murdered him while the show was taking place in the yard.
Objection!
Mr. Saint was part of that performance. How would he have even had time to commit the murder?
Overruled.
How indeed? Allow me to explain. As you know, many stage performances follow a set narrative. Yesterday's show was one such example. She's done her homework, I see. The suspect played the role of the antagonist opposite the elephantine heroine of the show. I forgot. What was her name? Azea. Azea the elephant. In the latter part of the performance, the heroine's love prevails and the villain is defeated. This victory is depicted in a very unique manner, whereby the villain is sent flying from the stage by the heroine. He's sent flying by the elephant? It's like a stuntman, bro. Is it that dangerous? I would assume that's why he's trained. Having been ejected from the stage in this manner, the villain no longer appears in the performance. In other words, the suspect did not appear on stage for a period of approximately 15 minutes. And you're saying the crime took place during that time? Yes, I'm afraid so. After all, it's more than a sufficient window, wouldn't you say?
Objection!
Committing the crime and returning to stage in that short 15-minute window is only possible by assuming that the murder took place in the prison proper. I'm sorry, am I supposed to have proof that it didn't take place in the prison? Oh, assuming Edgeworth is about to be like, the murder didn't take place in the prison. It probably took place in the detention center, I'm assuming. Oh! Wait! Wait! He had blood in his own cell. Wait, Edgeworth, see? He's ahead of me. Edgeworth's smarter than I am. In fact, Your Honor, the real scene of the crime was Knight's cell. I seem to remember telling you that I would not accept that part of the security footage into evidence.
Objection!
And you won't have to. I have proof of a different kind. Very well. Would you be so good as to present it? What proof do you have that the murder took place in the victim's holding cell? I gotcha, honey.
Take that!
This appears to be a photograph of a floor. Almighty goddess of justice, grant me patience. That floor you're so dismissive of, Your Honor, has traces of Knight's blood on it. I whiffed it, Edward, I'm so sorry. Traces, you say? Is this evidence reliable? After all, I don't believe you have access to the necessary forensic operatives. Oh yes, I do. I'm sorry. You have, with love and respect to Gumshoe, an idiot for a detective. He just gave me all the tea. Sorry.
Objection!
I have my resources. A certain blunt instrument, you might say, but a reliable one. The detective, how very unfortunate for him. Don't give him a pay cut, I'm begging you, leave his pay alone, don't! Leave his pay alone! My brother in the background yelling. He knows. Listen to this song! It's so good, I'm sorry. This is one of the best, like, themes for no reason. Perhaps before you decided to circumvent the law, you might have considered that the committee's influence extends to the police. She's threatening Gumshoe's job, bro. Honestly, his paycheck should be threatening his job. He should have quit years ago. That's just tea. Honestly, he might make more from unemployment. No! Now Gummy's badge is on the line too! Forgive me, detective. I didn't mean to put you at risk as well. I will enter the fact that Mr. Knight's blood was found in the holding cell into evidence. However...
Objection!
Bad luck, idiots! You're really on the edge now, Mr. Worthless! Mr. Winner, I'd forgotten you were there. It was nice while it lasted. I just butted in to tell you that your entire argument is one big inconsistency. Not gonna lie, he cooked. No, yeah. Yeah, you're on the edge, Mr. Worthless. In all fairness, as much as Eustace is clearly, you know, I'll say not cut out for this at this point. He fried our coat. Don't say that. Don't say that. I think, like, one thing he is good at being is, like, boastful. Like, he's so sure he's better than you that he will just, like, cook you for no reason, and then you're like, oh my god, he's cooking. Let's let him cook. And then he, like, pisses the bed. Then he immediately, like, destroys the entire stew, bro. Like, you let him cook for 2 seconds, he go burn the food. You showed us camera footage of a dog killing Mr. Knight in his cell. Are you saying the mutt also wiped the blood up before it left the scene? Wait. Oh, he clocked me. Oh my god. Wait. Edward's about to take damage because he clocked me. Wait. Look at him conducting. He's like, oh. Uh-oh. What other tricks can you do, huh? A blood-wiping dog? You're a joke! Ah! Wait, I felt that. I felt that in my chest. He said, you're a joke! Oh! He gagged me. All these smart people and they aren't all just working together. Right? In a perfect world, right? We would all just be besties working together, but no, we're fighting each other for absolutely no reason. Because no way someone actually believes Simon did it, right? Like, and then no actual detectives do the detectives' work. Well, Gumshoe's working for me, and that's what matters, right? We're nodding, that's what matters. You'd have wiped that blood up, wouldn't you, boy? Yes, Helmut, yes you would. What? That was one of the tricks I taught him before our work together was so rudely cut short. He's a very tidy boy, you know, never misses a drop. Wouldn't do to leave any evidence after all. That's a crazy thing to do. First of all, stepped in to make Eustace look stupid for absolutely no reason. Second of all, why are you incriminating your dog? Like, he's like, wait, no, let's make something clear. Let me be clear right now. Oh, the dog can't put it. My dog's A1, right? My dog would have cleaned it up, mind you. Like, Eustace, you can't even be. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that happened to you because he made quite the point. Like, that was crazy. Like, he gagged me. And now they're on. Oh, poor guy. Saved by an assassin of all people. Jeez Louise. You could have just taught the little guy to shake hands. Oh, he does that marvelously too. Although, the way I taught him to do it is somewhat unorthodox. First, he bites down hard on the victim's hand, then... La 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 la! I'm not listening! I see. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. It seems you may have gathered some evidence worth considering. Your understanding is much appreciated. Wait! I'm not done yet! I just thought of something else! Overruled. Ooh boy, someone's taking no prisoners. Eustace, would you be so kind as to allow me? All yours, Gavel. Well, do you accept the truth now? The crime took place in Knight's holding cell, and the assassin's dog was the killer.
Overruled.
My position is the same as it was yesterday. Until you can explain how the dog moved between the prison and the detention center, I cannot accept your theory into evidence.
Hold it!
I thought you might say that, which is why I'd like to show you something else. This piece of evidence shows how the dog could freely move between the prison and the detention center.
Take that!
This is the wildest evidence ever. I'd be like, what are you talking about, bro? Wait, I think there is an ad coming. I'm really quickly going to play that ad, and I'll get something to drink while I'm playing it, so that I can hydrate. I'll be right back, okay? Seconds. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, it's the best DLC in Splatoon. I'm back! Like I never left. Am I right? Okay, yeah, no, the ad's done. Cool. Can I adjust this, how often this ad happens? Because that's crazy. Every 18 minutes? What? If I go for like 3 hours or something absurd, then that's like 8 trillion ads. Like, what? Streamer. Is that me? Streamer, come back! Streamer. Wait, can you not see? Or are you talking to me? Is it me? Am I streamer? Am I chat? Like when I say chat, we're cooked, and my boyfriend's like, am I chat? Like, I'm streamer. I'm back. I wasn't even gone that long, right? I got a little something to drink, so I can hydrate. If somebody, isn't that cute? The petals. Like you can redeem your petals. Oh, and my drink's good. That's great. You know, just the ads though. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to like do it. I think like once every 30 minutes. Is that crazy? 18 minutes is too. And it's like, I don't know how much money you get from it, but I think it's probably pennies on the dollar. And they only let you withdraw your money when like, cause I was saying this over when I was playing last time, but it's like, I'm trying to manage all of the ads. When you're playing something narrative based, I don't want anybody to get like caught in an ad, like while we're getting through the narrative, you know? And so I have to be really aware of when the ads are playing. And I accidentally played one several times and I was like, listen, I'm not doing this to pad my wallet or anything, because I'm pretty sure like as a streamer with like nobody really watching you, like ads don't even really give you money. They might give money to Twitch, but not me. And so like, and I think you can only like take your money out when you're at like $100 or something. And like, you're not gonna get there really. So ads, it's about like fending them off for me, not about like making money. It's a secret passageway. It runs beneath the prison. What? A secret passageway? It was dug by one Mr. Rocco Carcerado, escapee. It leads from his prison cell to a certain holding cell in the detention center. Yes, the very one where the victim was being held. Well, this is certainly a surprise. To think that it was beneath our feet this entire time. Mr. Kanis, you knew of this tunnel, didn't you? Because it's the same tunnel that was used to carry out the murder. In the name of the goddess of justice, overruled, Mr. Edgeworth. You are out of line.
Hold it!
How so, Your Honor?
Overruled.
Evidence is everything, whether in a court of law or at the scene of an investigation. Isn't that your little catchphrase? Well, it just so happens that I have some evidence of my own. Bronco Knight's autopsy report. I'm gonna lose my mind. Listen, Thunder. Seeing as though I believe this is your first Ace Attorney game. This is how you know. Oh my god. A running trend is that, so you usually play as Phoenix, right? And Phoenix is the defense attorney. It doesn't help that prosecutors work with the police, but the prosecutor always has like an updated autopsy report. And like, you're like, oh, we figured out what happened. Like, and then they hit you with the updated autopsy report. And it says some fuck shit in there. And you're like, okay, like, like, I hate when this happens in the main games. Yeah, it's like, it's so bad. Like, oh, I've got this updated autopsy report. When this happens in the main games, have you been playing, bestie? Or are you just saying words? You are just saying words. I knew it. I knew it. You're a word sayer. I'm like, maybe you played a playthrough. I'd be willing to literally play through the games for you. And I'm good at acting like I don't know what happens. um, a fucking autopsy report, which is especially annoying because like I've been like, I think they said he died to a stab wound to the throat, but he was hit over the head with something, and I thought that might be what killed him. Be that. His autopsy report. Edgeworth, how does it feel? How does it feel to be on the receiving end of an updated autopsy report? He has fucked us over so many times with updated autopsy reports. When did we get that? How do you not know you had it? The police handed it to me only a short while ago. The findings are still preliminary, but it has something of value to tell us nonetheless. The goddess of justice speaks to us through these pages, Mr. Edgeworth. Cause of death, stab wound to the throat, and the weapon is said to be a sharp blade of some sort. It seems the victim was stabbed repeatedly in the same spot, resulting in an ugly wound. As such, the police have yet to identify the exact shape of the weapon. Did they use the dog piece? It's kind of a sharp weapon. Did they say it was a sharp blade, or did they just say a sharp weapon? But its overall nature is beyond question. It is a bladed metal instrument. Like keys? If you think it's the keys? In light of this evidence, do you truly... I just had a thought. I had a thought, chat. Okay, I could be wrong. This is my thought. It's a metal bladed instrument, and it's something that's kind of sharp, right? We don't know where these keys are. Right? And you can definitely stab someone in the neck low-key with a key with like a lot of force. And we don't know where these keys are. So I think maybe he was killed. This is like Clue. I think he was killed with the keys in the... So I think he was killed with the keys. I think he was killed with the keys, and also, we're not allowed in the warden's office, right? She said you can't go in her office unless you're a prisoner. So we haven't been in there yet. No one's been able to find what the if she's saying that there's a... What's the word? You don't know who did it and how it happened. I don't know how it happened. I'm like, what if it was the keys and that's why they're missing? Because it says that, like, prison search. Winter and Gavel and the warden searched the prison for the murder weapon but couldn't find anything, right? And I think it's the keys. It's probably not the fucking keys. And I'm just tunneling on the keys. I just think it's crazy that they're saying it's not a blade. They're saying it's a metal weapon, right? a metal instrument. I think that's like, in light of this evidence, do you truly wish with your flight of fancies? Or will you now claim that the dog used a knife instead? Because the item seems to not be a knife. I thought it was the dog piece, but the dog piece is wood, and they're saying it's a metal item. So I think it's like the keys, and the keys might be bloody. And then like, oh, they won't let me. And we haven't been in the warden's room because LaGuard, she says that you're not allowed to go to her office unless you're part of her family. And Kay was like, oh, I'll get arrested. And Edgeworth is like, no. So like, I'm like, since we can't find it, maybe it's in the warden's office. That will be all. This court is adjourned.
Objection!
But the tunnel, the paw prints. What of them? Helmut is something of a wanderer. Perhaps he just happened across this tunnel one day. Although I couldn't say for certain, I myself cannot wander quite so freely. I feel so big. Do I make myself a bowl of cereal too? I'm starving. You literally should, actually. You have to take care of your health. Like, I know you have to save money, but I will say, like, especially like in young adulthood, I think it's really important that like this is really when you set yourself up for like your future in terms of health, I would argue. Especially because you're not spending that much money. It's just not worth it to starve, because you can't be your best in like school and in work and stuff like that when you're hungry. And a pot pie is like not much, so please do go make yourself a bowl of cereal. I think I'll try to do more actual cooking. Yeah, maybe. And not just air frying stuff. Yeah. I think it's definitely tough, but at least like get yourself some snacks. Like just make sure that you have stuff that can like satisfy your hunger. You know what I mean? I think there are ways of doing that without like completely like destroying your health low key. Like, I think cooking is good. Peanuts. Genuinely, Thunder, like, you know, I don't know. I think it's so important to, like, feel full. And, like, use your meal plan, like, because at the end of the day, I remember there was some semesters where I was trying to save, and I had, like, a cheaper meal plan or whatever. And, like, what ended up happening is your weight starts with a 5. Like 150 something. Let me put it this way. My weight starts with a 2. 500. What, in micro pounds? Like, that would be quite a coincidence. I can't prove it's not the case either. She sure knows how to keep a secret, huh? Kinda wish she'd kicked us in the teeth a little while earlier with that. She was baiting me, waiting for the perfect moment to crush me with that autopsy report. How's it feel, Edgeworth? How's it feel to be baited so someone can wait for the perfect moment to crush you with that? I feel like I need a screenshot of this. This is literally Edgeworth's MO. This is what he does every game, bro. He lets you be like, haha, I got the jump on Edgeworth. I'm gonna like, you know, I'm gonna stick it to him, and then he brings out the updated autopsy report. Like he didn't have it in his damn pocket the whole fucking time. This asshole. Like, she was baiting me. See? Now you're the defense attorney. Edgeworth. And I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. Oh my god. supposed to call my friend. I was supposed to call my friend for 8. I completely forgot. I will call her maybe at like 9:30. How about that? He did this when we play as Phoenix. Like him specifically. Yes, him. Miles Edgeworth. This is exactly what he does. Not even. It's been an hour, you know? I gotta put at least 2 hours in Thunder. This is exactly what he does, yes. Except you're in court. So it's like humiliating and annoying. And you'll literally like be building this whole argument. And then he's like, objection. And he does that, shakes his head. And then presents the updated autopsy report, and then it completely contradicts something you say, and you fucking look stupid. This is the interim autopsy report in question. I do apologize for the delay. Yeah, no sweat. Thanks for hooking us up. Autopsy report data, jotted down in my organizer. Yep, this all checks out. Yep. Let me take a look at that autopsy report. Rocco Knight, age 24, so fucking young. Stab wound to the throat, instant death. A sharp blade of some sort. See, I think there's a reason it doesn't say like a knife or... I could be wrong. Mr. Fender. A handshake is not necessary when receiving official court documents, you know. So please feel free to let go of my hand. It's not a holy relic after all. Was just trying to be friendly, Your Honor. Had you lingered a moment longer, the goddess of justice would have spoken to you through my gavel. All right, I got it. Nice work, Gavel. Just like we planned it. I did only as you instructed, Eustace. But thank you. Oh, she's trying to gas him up. This report came from the police. I have no choice but to accept its legitimacy. But if the dog didn't kill Knight, then that takes Kanis out of the running. The goddess of justice speaks to me, Mr. Edgeworth, and she is merciful. She tells me that you might yet keep your badge if you will finally abandon this fruitless quest. Oh, that's an ad. Sorry for the people who are getting an ad right now. My bad. Yeah, I'm gonna adjust that to like 30 minutes. That feels so much better. What's our move, sir? I think she really means it this time. What do you think, detective? Edgeworth ain't no puss, honey. My answer remains the same, Judge Gaval. I will see my duty done, and I will not be intimidated. Oh, he ate that. Even with how things stand, you still refuse to concede? This may very well be your last chance. Your badge hangs by a thread. Then let it fall if it must. I have something far more important to protect as an associate attorney. My client. Oh, that's crazy! Oh, that's crazy. Oh! Oh, he's a defense attorney, honey. Oh, he's giving a defense attorney tease right now. The goddess of justice is no doubt saddened by your refusal to accept yet another offer of mercy. Attaboy, Miles. That's what I like to see. Looks like the defense never rests is really starting to mean something to you. Credit to your old man, though. He's the one who said it first. My father? In fact, I could swear I saw Gregory's spirit in you for a second there. You said that you've changed since your days in Von Karma's shadow. I didn't believe you at first, but I'm starting to. Thank you, Fender. Alright, kids. This is where the rubber really hits the road. Put your thinking caps on. It's make or break time. If it's true that Knight was offed with a bladed weapon, does our whole case really fall apart? A bladed weapon? Of course! Is it not the keys? Is the bladed weapon the teeth? Because it has to be a metal blade that can make it past the security gates. Oh, the chisel. Oh, one was missing? I completely forgot about that. See, it's because I didn't have Thunder in the chat to remind me. And there's a chisel with a bell. A former assassin certainly wouldn't struggle to commit murder with a tool like that. In which case, the weapon that killed Mr. Knight was... You would have caught it.
Hold
Yeah.
it.
You would have. You would have. I just completely forgot that there was a chisel missing. Evidence is everything. It may well be my little catchphrase, but it is also true. So the murder weapon was a sharp blade? Then where is it? The guards didn't find it. Why can't you let this go? So what if they didn't find it? What are you driving at? What if I were to tell you that I now know what the real murder weapon was? And it was right under our noses the whole time. Indeed. You must think I'm Eustace, a super good prosecutor. That's exactly what I think. I think that you're the #1 prosecutor on planet Earth, Eustace winner. It was one of Mr. Kanis' chisels.
Overruled.
I would advise you to stop bombarding us with your irresponsible half-baked theories, Mr. Edgeworth. You're going to... Wow, so you think I'm used to this? I'm going to bed good night. I think... Let me see. Who is Thunder? Thunder's like... You're Godot from the third game. The prosecutor of the third game, Godot. Yeah. Oh, I love him. Are we just saying words? Oh, I love him. I don't know who he is. I will say his theme is very popular. I hear people who have nothing to do with Ace Attorney using his theme all the time. It's called The Fragrance of Dark Coffee. I got you. He's cool. G-O-D-O-T. He's like a cool guy. He's like, I could literally like... Oh, you see him? He's on the cover. He's behind Edgeworth. That guy with the white hair. He's like a cool guy. The Fragrance of Dark Coffee. Yeah, that's the name of his theme. And it's like a jazz type song. Ba 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 ba. It's like genuinely a good song, like, and people will all the time because it's such a like a chill song. I feel like you probably heard it before because a lot of like YouTubers use it. Does he have coffee in the courtroom? He does, famously. He drinks coffee in the courtroom. He throws it at Phoenix at one point. Like, He's a cool guy. You do know him, yeah. And like people really like his theme. It's like a good like not lo-fi-ish, but it's like a jazzy, calm song. So I feel like a lot of YouTubers will like have it playing in the background while they talk or something. Yes, from those Twitter threads. Yeah, it's him. That are like, can you turn this into a courtroom thingy? Yeah, that's him, the one with the white hair. You did, but also I remember them from back in the day when everyone used to be like, Ace Attorney bot, can you? That's the guy. That's you. Because he's like cool, you know? And he's kind of a man of few words, but he's cool. Aura, yeah. Yes, Godo! I think if you were to rank prosecutors by aura, like Godo and Edgeworth are definitely towards the top. Like most auraful prosecutors. I would advise you to stop bombarding us with your irresponsible half-baked theories, Mr. Edgeworth. Damn. You have repeatedly insisted that Mr. Knight was killed in his cell by a dog. I simply go where the evidence takes me, both in the courtroom and at the scene of the crime. If the murder weapon was in fact a chisel, then yes, the murderer could have not been the dog. But that begs the question of what exactly it is we saw in the... But that begs the question of what exactly it was we saw in the security footage. Oh yeah, the security footage! How do you explain that, Mr. Smarty Pants? An excellent question. The footage shows... Mr. Kanis' dog jumping up at Knight. The dog attacked Knight, but he didn't kill the man. He didn't? No, Knight was merely knocked out. The dog didn't drag a corpse through the tunnel, he dragged an alive but unconscious Knight. The real killer was the dog's master. Oh, I get it. By bringing Knight here, Mr. Kanis could finish the job. And he could definitely use one of his chisels to do it. Given that his dog can clean up blood, I feel like I'd simply send my dog to do the... like, just send your dog to do everything, right? Surely. That's what I think. Correct! You! I haven't had to say this whole name in a while, right? Body Dharma Kanis, you're the one who could have done it. I got there.
Objection!
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, you ever get this on your report card? Refuses to listen, must learn to respect others. Are you asking me or confessing what's on yours? This is a running joke, too. I bet Kanis was giggling hearing Gavel talk about some Simon blocked the camera with the cage, blah, blah, blah. He was having a chuckle. He was like, it was me. We already searched Mr. Kanis' cell from top to bottom. From top to bottom. Right, Gavel? I'm sorry. Every time I hear this music, I'm just like, oh, it's so hype. Yes, we even inspected his chisels. All 4 of them. Doesn't he have 5? All 4? All 4, ... Doesn't he have a 5th one with like a bell on it? There wasn't a single speck of blood. Why, thank you, Your Honor. You have just confirmed my theory. I have? What exactly do you mean? The last time we were here, there were 5 chisels, not 4. Oh yeah, I remember counting them. Definitely 5. And the one that's missing is the small one. The one we thought might be a pocket chisel. Mr. Kanis, where did you hide that chisel? And what might I have such a use for a thing? I am rarely allowed to leave my cell. In which case, he shouldn't have had the chance to dispose of the weapon. Oh, I sound distant. How's this? Is it better? Is it better now? Or do I still sound distant? Not yet. Okay. Very distant. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's see what I can do about this. Let's see. Testing. Testing. Better? No. Very distant still. Let me crank this up to be insane. Testing. Better? Still very distant? Not how it was before yet. It was perfect before, and now it's like not. Not as distant. How's this? Is this better or it should be louder? How's it now? Better? This works? Really? Okay, so right now I'm talking at like a normal volume. Is this like listenable? Okay. Let me know if it has to be higher and I'll see if I can like, how does it sound up against like the audio in the back? Like the game audio. Okay. Yes, this works. All right, I'll take it. Let me close. It's listenable, but I'm not 100%. It sounded the same. So it was like perfect before, now it's not. It's listenable. This current one works with the music. I'll just crank it up a little bit higher. How's this? Maybe not as high, but like still pretty high, right? I'm gonna put it on. All right. Yay! Okay, we're back. Oh, we're so back. Sorry, everybody. All right. You shouldn't have had the chance to dispose of the weapon. Heh, you've dug your own grave, Mr. Kanis. You seem to have an idea where this missing chisel might be, Mr. Edgeworth. Would you enlighten us? Uh-oh. I don't know where the chisel is. Is this the only thing I can think? Does the dog have it? Do we think the dog has it? Or do we think it's in the tunnel? Oh!
Take that!
The way they gave me the answer. For a man who can't leave his cell, where must it be? In his cell. I think they knew that I'd be confused, so they held my hand a little bit there. He knew I was confused. He helped me. And I appreciate that. He's a helpful guy. Mr. Kanis is still a prisoner, despite the comfort he enjoys. He is rarely allowed out of his cell. He could have given the chisel to his dog to leave somewhere. But that would have been far from ideal. He would have no way of guaranteeing where it might end up. Intriguing. Do go on, Mr. Edgeworth. Furthermore, this room is the one place where a bladed instrument wouldn't raise an eyebrow. 4 chisels, 5 chisels, who's counting? A fact he took full advantage of. Ah, the old keep the incriminating evidence close routine. Classic.
Objection!
But I looked! I searched the whole cell myself, and there's just nowhere he could have hidden it!
Objection!
I am certain that the murder weapon is here. And that the reason no one has found it yet is because it was hidden. Oh! Wait a second. You know where it is, Thunder? I would think his dog has it! His dog has it! Because his dog doesn't like Edgeworth, but it hasn't been barking at him. And it's because it has a chisel in its mouth. That must be what it is. Because whenever this dog sees Edgeworth, it barks, but it hasn't been barking because it has the chisel. Wait, my brain is so big! Wait! He was licking Kanis. But he didn't, like, open his mouth. Maybe. I could be wrong. It could be, like, in its throat or something. Or maybe I'm wrong completely, and it's, like, in a chess set. Is it in the... Cards for fun. No. Is it no one has found it? Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. Heh. Do enlighten us, Mr. Edgeworth. What was my ingenious plan? Think, Miles. There must be a hiding spot he can make use of. Think about when you came here previously. What are you missing? It's not showing us out permanently, right? Well, let's get out of here. Come on. Open up. The dog! He hasn't made a sound today. When we were here before, he barked and growled repeatedly. Kanis even encouraged him to do so. That must be it. I knew something was off. It's the dog. I can hardly believe it, but I think I know where he hid the murder weapon. Thank you, Thunder. I think, at least that's what I'm thinking. I feel like even though that makes sense, I think it's in his mouth. Yeah, and he's like, but it's like you can lick something while having something, like, let's say in your cheek, you know?
Hold it!
As well you should, if you would give me a moment. I mean, it's an assassin's dog. I guess it's like the goat of trained dogs. Definitely better trained than Bissell, the police dog. As well you should, if you would give me a moment. So this piece of evidence shows where you hid the murder weapon.
Take that!
Your dog. He seems unusually quiet today. But I feel like it's very possible that he just, like, opens his mouth and there's nothing in there. Like last time when we... Mr. Kanis, if you would be so kind as to open Helmet's mouth. Oh, come now. He hasn't barked because he is a well-behaved boy. I had to order him to last time. Then order him again, this instant. It's not like we're asking for the world, Mr. Kanis. Or do you have something to hide? If you insist. Come on, Helmet. Open up. Gavel. Hey. And there we have it. A chisel that small may its... What? A chisel in the dog? Why is there a chisel in the dog? I'd like to know that too. I thought he'd been strangely quiet. I guess his brain has finally caught up. Oh, wait. Not too much. Eustace, why don't you be a good boy and call forensics? Tell them it's urgent. Okay. So he just kind of gave it up. I mean, what do you do? He's an assassin. He doesn't get flustered. Oh! Ooh, this luminol testing fluid. I mean, what flusters an assassin? Shelly the Killer, he wasn't flustered like once, bro. He kept his cool the whole time. Our findings are as follows. Traces of blood were detected on the chisel. What? Not such a half-baked theory after all, was it? Alright, we're all on the same page here. This is our murder weapon, yeah? The forensics evidence cannot be ignored. We have no choice but to concede that this is most likely the case. Contains traces of blood hidden by Kanis inside the dog's mouth. Has a bell attached to it. It's not marked as murder weapon, which I would note. Mr. Kanis, in light of the discovery of the murder weapon, the court demands that you explain yourself. We found the route your dog took to the holding cells, and now we have the chisel. Like he put a chisel in his dog's mouth. Well, here's the thing. I wonder... Here's what I'm thinking. I'm wondering if it's Kanis, because it feels a little obvious that it's, like, the assassin. I'm thinking of something having to do with Danganronpa right now. Like, maybe it is just him. But I feel like the guy with a bunch of chisels, you know, like the guy with a bunch of deadly weapons who is an assassin, whose dog we thought did the murder, if he's the murderer, that's kind of bunk. That's like some first case stuff. And so, I'm like, what if... Who else is here? Plus, I don't know that I fully buy that that's the murder weapon. What if somebody else... What if, like, someone else killed him with the chisel? And then he was like, ooh, I gotta hide that. It's my chisel. They'll think it was me. And my Kanis has a small bell attached to it. Can I take a look at it? Maybe I'm overcomplicating things. I feel like I've seen this bell before. Yes, I was just thinking the same thing myself. You were? Where did we both see it, I wonder? can't seem to place it, but never mind. It'll come back to us eventually, I'm sure. I guess so. Mr. Kanis hid the chisel in the dog's mouth. In his dog's mouth, my bad. Do you think it's our murder weapon, Mr. Edgeworth? It's too early to tell, but the fact that the blood was found on it certainly incriminating. At the very least, it's not something we can discount as unrelated to the case. Wait, no. I think I'm wrong. Because I vehemently believe, like, he has a mark on his head. Maybe he was, like, knocked out, and then someone stabbed him in the neck? I feel like the bonk on the head has to be important, you know? Like, either that's the real... But his autopsy said that he was killed with the blade, right? So... Interim report. Well, it's interim. That's the other thing. Why don't we have a permanent autopsy report? Interim autopsy report. Stab wound to the throat. Instant death. A sharp blade of some sort. I could be wrong. We found the route your dog took to the holding cells, and now we have the chisel. How do you propose to talk your way out of this one? I'm like, did somebody else kill him with the chisel? Did they, like, use his chisel? And he's like, oh, I'm not about to be blamed for this murder. Helmut, can you hold on to this? Because if they find this, they're going to be like, oh, it's your chisel. You did it. And I didn't do it, bro. You never fail to entertain, Mr. Edgeworth. Why does he always laugh like that, even when it's not funny? Poor Helmut. How could they suspect us? You leave me little choice. I shall simply have to share with you the truth. I did not kill anyone. I have grown tired of killing. I don't believe you. No, he's lying. Never mind. He did it. Something's not right. Why is he so calm? Very well. The court will hear Mr. Kanis' testimony. If you would be so kind. Gladly. All right, Kanis. Perhaps you might begin by explaining what you believe my motive to have been. You're playing chess with him. You knew this guy, right? To some extent? I never knew this knight. Oh, I had no contact with him. The way I'm going straight. He wants you to explain so he can counter. Given that that's the case, why would I possibly wish him dead? Could it be you are suggesting that it was my canine companion who had the motive instead? Helmut only bares his fangs when I tell him to. I am not so bloodthirsty that I would kill a man I did not know. I mean, when he puts it that way... An assassin who only kills his acquaintances? Not the soundest business model, I agree. My work required me to deal with strangers, of course, but murder for its own sake, not my style. So I need to prove a link between Knight and Kanis. I should go over the evidence again. Don't have to, I'm prepared. Fine, I'll tell you the truth, I never had connection with Knight. Immediately lies, frame one. Perhaps you might begin by explaining what you believe my motive to have been. I never knew this Knight, I had no contact with him.
Objection!
Anyways. What a waste of my time. That's one of the funny things is that sometimes someone gives testimony and you're like, I know which one I'm going to present on which, like, you didn't even try. You didn't even try, my guy. You're getting sloppy, Mr. Kanis. You may have trained your dog to clean up your mess, but some things still require a human touch. That's right. We're anti-AI in this house, Edgeworth. How you gonna let me figure this out? Like, I'm crying. No, you're good at this. You're good at this. That's the equivalent of getting. You're like the moonlight. You're like the moonlight of Ace Attorney. Like in second, you know? That's the equivalent of getting folded by Eustace. Wait, not too much, because Edgeworth kind of did get folded by Eustace in that moment when he said, You're on the edge, Mr. Worthless." Oh. Ooh. I looked away. That was kind of bloody. We found this in the victim's room. It's the record of a game of correspondence chess. What's more, the game depicted matches the game laid out on your board. That was his peak. He'll never top that. Not too. What? The number of possible games has been calculated to 10 to the power of 120, and that's on the low end. Wait, that's 10 times 10, 120 times over, right? 100, 1,000. I give up! I mean, how do you even call a number that big? A vanishingly unlikely coincidence. That's what. How do you know? Do you know who Kyrie, the NBA player, is? Not sure if you keep up with that. I don't. I'm bad. I'm bad. I don't keep up with what's going on in the NBA. Now tell us why you killed Knight. Oh my god, wait. Wait a second. We're jumping the gun, I think, here. We're like, you guys are playing chess together. Now tell us why you killed Knight. Unless, that is, you would prefer to explain the coincidence. But this streamer hit a shot over him, right? Oh? And he whispered in his ear, that'll never happen again. Ah! That is so spooky. That'll never happen again. He said, let me just eat my food and go. That's never happening again. That'll never happen again. Whispers it. He like owes Edgeworth, and Edgeworth is gagged, and he's like, that'll never happen again. I just had to get my lick in real quick. Well, they do say that the truth is stranger than fiction. That is, as you say, a coincidence. It's totally impossible! We just proved that! A coincidence of a different kind, child. I never imagined my correspondent was the victim, you see. And yet here we are. Helmut is as surprised as I am, aren't you, Helmut? Yes, yes. Knight was playing correspondence chess against Kanis. Did the two have some sort of connection? I suppose there's nothing for it but to finally tell the truth, boy. The other prisoners had all gone to the yard, you see. There was some sort of show, I believe. Here I was, minding my own business, when in comes Helmut, dragging a corpse of all things. I had quite the shock, not least because the murder weapon was still in the poor fellow's neck. Eustace even talking right now is like if a random Twitch chatter was specking Milky Way versus PXG set trying to give their opinion. No! We're his biggest fan. Well, I think it's quite possible that his biggest fan is watching other people play the game. Like waiting to jump them again. But also, that's so funny. I am crying. We'll never see them again. Maybe not. But that's okay. Because, you know, what they did was, like, just so important, I feel. So I'm like, I'll take it. I'm seeing my display. Wait, is it, like, blurry? Yeah, I didn't realize. Why is it so blurry? It says that it's unstable, but I don't know why. I restarted my computer right before I did this. An ad is about to start. What's blurry? I looked on the display on Twitch and like everything looked kind of blurry. Like on the Twitch display, and I was like, oh my gosh, is that what my stream looks like? I hope not. That is so funny. Eustace is like, no, wait, but kind of, because remember when the Splat World series happened? I'm glad the stream looks good. Remember when the Splat World series happened and everybody, like, with love and respect, every, like, Div 11 had some shit to say about why the West sucks and why the East is better? Like, like, it's very that. Like, you just saying words, bro. Like, with love and respect, did we fully... I didn't see Jared's fight night. I heard about it, but I didn't see it. Like, did he stream it? Was it good? I was so curious about that. I was like, maybe I should do that. He's really putting in a lot of work. All of a sudden, everyone's in chat was an analyst. I bet. Like, here's my thing. But I can't even say anything, because I'm going to tell you Thunder. That's me, low-key. Except, I will say, I know what I'm talking about. I'll tell you this. I may be, like, low-level slop, but, like, I know what I'm talking about when I talk my shit. Like, I can literally... I remember I'm watching Moonlight, and I'm like... X, Y, and Z happen. I don't know about that. And then, like, Chara said the same thing, and I'm like, exactly. Like, you get me. I think I'm a stronger analyst than I am a player. So I'm like, listen, I think I can talk to top levels and they can listen to what I have to say, and I think I have like good input. But anybody else, I'm like, I think you're just saying slop, and like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm a hypocrite is what I am. Anyway. Of course, I was none too keen on becoming a suspect, so I had Helmut take the body to the workshop. Oh! Interesting. Thank you. I thank you for believing in me, Thunder. I appreciate that. Once there, he removed the murder weapon and brought it back to me, just as I had asked. The dog pulled out the murder weapon in the workshop. Indeed he did. Removing it here would have made an awful mess after all. You know something? That makes total sense. Remember what Mr. Sod said, Mr. Edgeworth? That huge black dog had sunk his terrible teeth into the victim's throat. What did you just say? It was hellish. Utterly hellish. That beast! That awful beast, he killed him! I see. So what Mr. Sod actually saw was Helmut removing the murder weapon, then? Precisely. I can't say it was a little disappointment that he was spotted, of course. Silly boy. It's not like you slip up like... It's not like you to slip up like that, is it now? And there you have it. That's about all there is to tell. I did not kill the man. At most, I am responsible for the removal of the weapon. Now, will that be all? Poor Helmut is growing restless.
Objection!
Who is... I forgot what Fender's objection sounded like. Kanis and his dog both lost their edge. Their edge worth. Sorry, but if you could entertain us for just a little longer, Mr. Kanis. Fender? No offense, Paolo, but I don't think you've quite told us everything. I'm sure we'd all like to know why you thought you needed to pull the chisel out in the first place. Oh, so they do have different objection voices. Yeah, they do. Every single person does. I mean, that's why Gavel says overruled. That's her objection, but she's a judge. Eustace, Edgeworth, Fender. For some reason, I think Knight had like a hold it or like an objection, which is very rare. Usually only like prosecutors and defense attorneys like have objections and hold it, take that's, etc. Voice lines. Bro, the Eustace one threw me off because his voice sounds one way, and then you read it out in the kid's voice. Yeah, it's kind of hard, especially because like you hear their objection way after I've already picked the voice. And a lot of their voices are like normal people voices. So I'm like, I think if I tried to match their objection a lot of the time, they would just sound like the same guy. In my voice. I'm sure we'd all like to know why you thought you needed to pull the chisel out in the first place. He's right. It makes sense that he would move the body to avoid suspicion. But Kanis had no reason to recover the murder weapon. Yes, he did. Am I crazy? Yes, he did. He had a chisel in his neck. Oh, but he couldn't know that. He's blind. No, but it has a bell on it, so you could hear it. There was a chisel in the man's neck. He had to recover it, or everybody would think it was him, no? So the mute one isn't as dumb as I thought. Please answer the question, Mr. Kanis. It was because of the bell. The one attached to the chisel and the one around Helmut's neck have a very distinctive design, if you will. Of course, they're something of a trademark of yours, were they not? I don't get it. How does that even work? Bodhidharma Kanis, the blind butcher. His appearance was always announced by the sound of bells. The last sound his victims would ever hear. You flatter me. Though it has been some years since you last saw one of them, you remember them well. Your knife and its attached bell were one of the pieces of evidence seized in our case against you. Yes, it was but one of my bells. One of only two in existence. Just two? Two and only two. One for my knife, and one for my beloved helmet. Exquisitely crafted, utterly unique. Then why is there one around a chisel? Oh, I just realized something, Thunder. My ears are my guide, after all. And I must be able to use my tools precisely. Of course, as you said, the knife has been long since taken from me. Alright. We know who did it, so here's the issue here, right? So, Mr. Canis's bells, one of two bells exist. One is attached to, I believe, Helmut, and the other one is on his knife. He obviously doesn't have his knife anymore. That'd be crazy. It was seized from the police during his arrest. And as we remember, or I don't know if you remember, Kanis is being interrogated by, well, I don't know if I can say who, if that means she did it, but like, Fifi Laguard, the warden, she currently has all of the evidence related to Kanis because she's been interrogating him. Beware. Hi, Anna Lala Dreams. How are you? I saw the other day you went live, still playing Apollo Justice, right? He's the boss, honey. But, like, yeah, she has all of his stuff. He's, like, she's interrogating him. She's interrogating him, so she asked the police to transfer all of his evidence to her. So she must have his knife, which means that she is the one who has the other one of his unique bells. So someone could have gotten it from her office. That's possible. The only people allowed in her office are, like, prisoners, right? So someone may have been able to snatch it from her office. You only stream on Sundays. Oh, that's cute. What case are you in so far? No spoilers, of course. For you. I've played through the game, of course. But, what case are you in? I haven't played all that much Ace Attorney in a long while. But yeah, I think given that the only other bell exists on his knife, and she has the knife, does not look good for her. That might mean, I guess that doesn't mean that she did it, but I think it means that she put the bell on the chisel. So she's the only one who should be able to do that. Episode 3, where you meet, oh my god, Lemoir and Machi. Okay. The only reason why I say it's a... Are you, like, in the case? Like, has someone been arrested, like, for being a perpetrator? Like, do you already have a defendant? Trial day 2. One of the dumbest. Like, it is so... The gumshoe levels of asinineness that they have this little kid. Like, they're like, he did it. And I think at one point they're like, oh, it's this huge, like, police grade gun or whatever. And they found the, like, tiniest little kid. And they're like, it must be you. Like, what are we doing? This really is the dark ages of the law. Because, like, we just arresting anybody. Anyways. This, like, huge revolver gun. They're like, that can, like, dislocate your shoulder or something. And they're like, oh, it must be the kid. This court system is, like, ridiculous. Like, this is so... Like, am I supposed to take this seriously? What are we doing? When Helmut brought the body to my cell, I was rather surprised to hear a familiar sound. At first, I was unsure that my knife had been used to do the deed. But no, a chisel. An ordinary chisel. But certainly no assassin's blade. Nonetheless, the bell would have suggested my involvement. Compounding the matter is the fact that I am the only person in this prison permitted to use such tools. It is clear that I became the prime suspect. And so, the chisel had to be removed and hidden.
Hold it!
You still claim that all you did was have the dog move the body? That you had nothing to do with the killing? How could I? I told you, the chisel is not mine. It's not yours! You need not take my word, Mr. Edgeworth. Why not have it checked for fingerprints? Eustace! It's not yours? Huh? Me? But I don't know how to check for prints. Oh, someone help him. Get forensics. Oh, right! Sure thing! Oh my god. He really is... What can he do? Not too much. Listen, he's kind of baby, though. Like, he's kind of like... He gives, like, bimbo sound, you know? What? We got fingerprints! They're Mr. Knight's. Mr. Knight had a chisel. For what? He's really good at being supervised. And then getting credit for doing the supervising. She's like, oh, I just did what you told me to. Me when I lie. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I bit my tongue and it's bleeding. What is that? Monumental fumble. I don't think I've ever bit my tongue and like started bleeding from that. That's crazy. And Mr. Kanis's? Nope. Just Mr. Knight's. Oh, and forensics said there's no sign of any prints having been wiped off. You talked bad on Eustace and he's stuck. No! I would never. That's you. You talked bad on Eustace. Uh-huh. I would never be mean to my son. He's trying his best. Forensics said there's no sign of any prints having been wiped off. Did we test the blood on the chisel? Contains traces of blood hidden by Kanis. Has a small bell. Oh, so we don't actually know to whom this blood belongs? We just know that it has blood on it? Wipe your keyboard so Eustace can't get fingerprints. Yeah, I might be the killer. He might fingerprint my keyboard. Oh, so you did it. So you're the murderer. You're safe. You're just a random Twitch chatter. I'm screaming. I'm crying. I literally taste the blood. This is so wild. I can't believe this. Forensics said there's no sign of any prints having been wiped off. Who wears gloves? Do we know that he is the one who the chisel was used on? Because I think it's weird. Is that just me? I think it's weird that it just says that contains traces of blood, but it doesn't say whose blood. I feel like it would just tell you, oh, it's his blood, if it was. Nope, just Mr. Knight's. Oh, and forensics said there's no sign of any prints having been wiped off. Only Knight's fingerprints. This isn't good. Should I get them to check again? He's so cute. That's kind of me. I might be, everyone, I'm like, this is what forensics said, and everybody's looking at me like, and I'm like, do you want me to check again, or, like, now do you see? I have never so much as touched that chisel. Helmut carried it in his mouth, that is all. Therefore, any prints must belong to whoever had it last. Ugh. So the murder weapon belonged to the victim? Ooh, that's not helpful. As I said, I have not touched the chisel. Therefore, I cannot be the killer. Or do you wish to suggest otherwise? I've got nothing to counter with. But what could this mean? Is he not the killer after all? Is he actually telling the truth? No, he can't be. I'm sure this goes without saying, Mr. Edgeworth. But if you do not find a solution to your current predicament, and quickly, I will have little to no choice but to relieve you of your badge. Even my patience has a limit, and I will not tolerate you throwing this investigation into chaos. Am I clear? You've done it now, sir. She's serious. I hate to admit it, but the fingerprints turn everything on its head. Without more evidence, I'm back to square one. She was on our side a bit ago. What the F? Listen, welcome to Ace Attorney. All you have to do is make one wrong move and everybody was with you, and then they're like, wait, everything you've said in this entire 24 hours is actually wrong. We don't believe you. We're back to square one. And it was definitely Simon, clearly. Even though we have like a billion reasons why it might be Kanis, we're like, okay, anyways, so it's Simon. We're all agreed, right? Wait, something doesn't add up. A few things, actually. What would Mr. Knight have needed a chisel for? I'm saying, you can do a lot with a chisel, child. Break out of prison, for one. Alright. Then how did it get in here? There's no way the guards would let him bring a super sharp tool in with him, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Kay's right. Hey, Earth to Mr. Edgeworth? You can't stand there hemming and hawing just because of a little setback. The important thing is finding the truth, you know? It doesn't matter how we get there. As long as we save Simon in the end. We can't give up now or ever. Yeah, what she said. I'll second that. You won me around with that, Kay. I'm half tempted to offer you a job for real. It's like I said, the defense never rests. Or rather, like your pop said. What did you think lies at the heart of those words, Mr. What do you think lies at the heart of those words, Miles? Any guesses? The heart of those words. It's like this. As defense attorneys, our client's fate rests on our shoulders. We're the only ones they can turn to. Simon's our client, and we're the only ones who can save him. So we can't rest, not while he's counting on us. Thank you, Thunder. I'm not about to turn my back on your old man's legacy. Are you? Ooh, wait, cold. Wait, that was cold. Are you? Oh! Oh! Gag me a little. Oh, wait, I wasn't keeping my eye on the ads! Anna! Anna, I'm so sorry. No, I'm so sorry. Hopefully the ads have been kind of short. Why am I being pinged in practice gen? If it's cheerleaders, I'm crying. See, I get pinged in these cheerleader scrims. All good. Wait, let me double, because I've been trying to like keep my eye on like where the ads are. So I'm not like talking during them. Because then you just miss a bunch. Like, anyways, I think one is coming in 10 minutes, so I just have to keep my eye on that. I'm an associate with the defense now. No, I'm an associate with my father's firm. Ooh. That's the role I have chosen. And that means that if I fail to save my client, I have failed in my duties. I will honor my father's vision and save Simon Saint. Oh, goosebumps. Goosebumps. No matter what setbacks I face, I simply cannot admit defeat. If one path is blocked, I must simply find another. Looks left, looks right. Edgeworth is so cool. I love this man. There we go. That's the Miles Edgeworth I know. Now let's find a new path forward. We can start by trying to figure out how Mr. Knight brought the chisel into the prison. Right. How would Knight have managed to bring a chisel in here? I'm gonna imagine it's through the chess set, but... Oh, because they don't put items through the... Right? They, like, don't put items through the deployed at the entrances to both the detention center, capable of detecting items made of metal. But they make people walk through them, but they don't check items.
Take that!
Usually, it wouldn't be possible to bring a metal object into this facility undetected. Because of the security gates, right? Correct. But we already know that checks of one of the gates haven't been entirely thorough as of late. Namely, the gate at the entrance to the detention center. Crazy. Someone can have a gun on them if they smuggle it into an item. Like, you're crazy. Only used to scan people. Y'all are wild. That gate is only used to scan people. Any items they bring into the facility are only subjected to a cursory check. Y'all you finna get someone killed. I mean, like, clearly, I guess. But, like, not checking someone's effects? When I tell you, I think I probably told you when this originally went up. I remember I went into a government building with my old job. And, like, I remember I had to, like, go off to the side. When they checked everything and they put my stuff through the not the metal detector, but they put it through a checker. I remember I was pulled off to the side. This was in Albany, right? Because I had a nail file in my bag. I had a glass nail file. And they told me I had to chuck it. I had to get rid of it or I couldn't come into the building. And that's a government building, much less like a detention center with prisoners. I think they're stricter at amusement parks than this jail. Exactly. That's a very dangerous weapon you had on you. Yeah, my nail file, bro. I'm like, what if I break a nail? If I have a hangnail, it's on you. Thank you. Genuinely. I don't know. I think if you tried to get into an amusement park with a chisel, but at the same time, you know what this reminds me of? So at conventions, they check everything that's on you, and if you have something that's like a prop or a weapon, then they put a zip tie on it, like to signify that it's like not real or something. Obviously, you can't have real guns on you, but even if you have a fake gun, it has to have an orange tip. You can sue and hire a lawyer. Yeah. It has to have an orange tip, but like I just remember that I dressed up as Soda Kazuichi from Danganronpa for a con, and once again, like they will confiscate any weapons on you that seem a little bit too dangerous or any props. And they will tag the rest of your props. But I remember I walked in and I had a wrench, like an actual wrench on me. And they did not check it into props. They didn't confiscate it, no nothing. They let me walk in with like a genuine wrench. And I'm like, I could have killed a man with this. Easily. You can sue and hire a lawyer. Maybe Phoenix is available. Oh, wait, he's a defense attorney. He'll have to defend them. And he's like undefeated for several years. Like, I can't have him defending them. Any items they bring into the facility or not? Are you telling me that the chess set wasn't put through the metal detector? It should have been. Alas, it seems the guards have grown a little lax in that regard as of late. Lax. Lax to a detention center and a prison, mind you, with an assassin in maximum. Anyways. Knight took advantage of this little oversight and had Mr. Saint bring him the chisel. Hidden inside his pocket chess set. That does answer one of our questions. And it suggests that the chisel was indeed Mr. Knight's, and not Mr. Kanis's. Knight hid a chisel in here to prevent it from being found by the prison staff. However, we still have one rather pressing problem to address. That of the security footage in which Knight is attacked by a dog. How does one explain it if Mr. Kanis was not the culprit? Do we know that he's literally being a... Do we know that it's the dog? Well, we can't watch it again, can we? And it will glitch out, even if they did show it to us again. But then, how do you explain his prints not being on the murder weapon? This one's a real three-piper. The court, too, finds itself wanting for a satisfactory explanation. Wait, sir, I think it might be time to show you one of my... Oh, the metal detector! Wait, sir, I think it might be time to show you another one of my secret weapons. Introducing secret weapon number 4. Lil V. What is this? What sort of name is that, detective? I came up with it myself, sir. Anyway, you can use it to analyze the video footage. Oh, yes. Very true. Let's see if we'll make it through this without us glitching out completely. Who knows if there's anything to be found, but it has to be worth a try. All right. Want me to talk you through how to use it, sir? Wait a second. Anna, you must know all about analyzing video. Case 3, game 4. Rewind. You're already in the mood to analyze video. Wait, let me make sure. Yeah, you're in video analyzing hell, bro. 3 minutes till an ad. Thunder just saying words. Oh, I love that case. I know you love. You know what? How about this? I'm going to make it an ad while he tells me how to use the little V, so it doesn't actually happen over something that's important. All right. There it is. We'll just look at the boring stuff while Anna is stuck in an ad, right? If you could run me through its functions, detective, that would be most appreciated. Yes, sir! So basically, you just gotta do what you always do. Examine anything that catches your eye. And I can examine things with X, I see. What if I can't move forward in the game because it gets stuck? Since it wouldn't play before. Oh, this is spooky. We're in dangerous waters. Next up, see those controls at the bottom of the screen? The panels on the left and right let you rewind or fast forward. And you can use the middle one to pause. Get used to those and you're golden, sir. It seems I can also press R to fast forward or L to rewind. I can press A to pause. Okay. When the video's paused, you can go to the previous frame with L or the next frame with R. Just use the same control panels I showed you earlier. Lastly, I'd better explain how to zoom in. Just line up the old cursor with the area you want to take a closer look at. Use the panel in the bottom right, and little V will do the rest. It's got those 2 expanding arrows. You can't miss it, sir. It would appear I can zoom by pressing Y, too. I think I might just do that. By the way, even when you're zoomed in, you can still examine stuff just like in regular view. Also, you can make use of previous and next frame to get a good look at what's really happening. How far are we into? Oh, we're already back from that! Hey! Nothing missed. You can make use of previous and next frame to get a good look at what's really happening. Uh-huh. Only thing you can't see when you're zoomed in is play the footage, so there's that. I see, and how do I zoom out again? Just use the panel in the lower right again, sir. See how it's gone from expanding to collapsing arrows on there? That's because we're zoomed in. And that about sums it up. Now let's fire a little V up for real. Remember, just examine anything that catches your eye and you'll do fine. Let's hope. Let's hope it works. Other than the victim being attacked by that dog, I can't see what else it might show us. But suppose we're wrong. What could we be looking at instead? Could the person in the footage be someone other than Knight? And if so, could whatever's attacking them be something else too? I should keep both questions in mind while reviewing the footage. You never know what you're gonna see once you start looking at things up close. Check every detail, sir. You'll find something, I'm sure. Oh god, I'm so afraid. Oh my gosh, it's doing the thing! It's doing the thing! No way! Wait. Wait. Am I gonna be able to get past this part in the game? If it messes up every time it has to show the video? Because this is happening on my actual Switch. Like, I took it out of its dock. Okay. Wait. Wait. What in this footage seems odd? I didn't see anything. Okay. We're taking a look at it for the first time. Hey. Okay. We're so back. We're so back. We finally got to see it. Oh. Wait a second. This is not night. It's the guard. I can use Y to zoom, right? Isn't that like a hat? Like, oh my gosh. This is so cursed. Oh my gosh. Isn't this like... is that a hat? This is like a guard. Say, doesn't that look like the hats the guards wear, sir? Aw, jeez, is that what I think it is? Have there been any reports of one of the animals attacking a guard recently? Not that I've heard of. So this may not be a guard at all, but someone trusts as one. Perhaps this might shed a little light on the matter of the hat. Oh, God. Okay.
Take that!
Okay, we got that in one piece. Everything looking okay on your end? Is everything displaying? Okay. So no guards have reported being attacked by an animal as far as we know. But we did hear about a guard's spare uniform being stolen. Could the person in the security footage perhaps be someone disguised as a guard? Looks just like Edgeworth. Thank you, Anna. Someone attempting to escape without being noticed. A guard disguise? I guess it might work. Wait, weren't we just talking about someone? We were indeed. Someone who seems to have successfully made his escape. If the person in the footage is at night, then the creature may not have been a dog either. It was a polar bear guy. You're right, sir. Let's zoom in and check. Don't make me. Don't glitch out my game. No. Okay. Everyone, we're just gonna have to live through the glitch, okay? We'll get through this together. It will probably glitch again, but we'll get through this together, I promise. I wish I had just run the ad. Then I could run the ad right now when it's like, when it's glitching. What in this footage seems odd? Literally, you would think this is like the 3DS because I'm like waiting. No, this is very valuable info. No, the info's important, but I feel like it's about to like glitch again. As a matter of fact, it might be glitching now because... Oh, okay. It wanted me to press A, that's me. How do I go frame by frame? Okay. It's mad at me for a little bit, but it'll get over it. Okay. Seeing things. What I need to do is figure out who this person really is. Perhaps something else in the footage can provide me with. I have to keep looking. Okay. That's fine. Wow, and they make me restart. Okay. god. I'm a heavyweight. I got this. And I can just watch it frame by frame. Yeah. Thunder, to my knowledge. Thunder, how old are you, buddy? Bestie. Let me see. Okay. Old enough. No one of drinking age ever calls themselves old enough. Okay. They turned around and then... me, maybe zoom in. You're a 95 baby. Ooh, stock markets. Are we making fun of me? I'm a 95 baby. I'm crying. This is like the bear. It's like a little guy. Wait, that's... I suspect we may have made a critical error of judgment. What we're looking at here is no dog. That animal is... It's a bear, honey. It's a little bear guy. That's not a dog, it's a bear. What? So the paw prints from the photo I took? We're not canine, but ursine. Tunnel prints? A photo of the tunnel between the prison and the detention center shows paw prints made by a bear. A bear? So that could mean... Yes, I think it could. After all, who else do we know with such a pet? We had assumed that it was night in the security footage. Well, it was his cell. It's hardly a crazy theory. Perhaps, but now that we know about the hole under the bed, it is no longer the only possibility. Whoever had access to the tunnel could very well be the one caught on camera. And who was that, Mr. Edgeworth? Would you care to tell the court who you believe this person to be? The person in the security footage is...
Take that!
I believe I know who our god in disguise is. It is none other than Rocco Carcerado, the prisoner who recently escaped from this facility. I'm confident it is him because he was assigned a polar bear cub in his companion. As his companion, I think. But the bear in that video is all black! Indeed. And we have evidence that explains why. Do we? Wait. Not too much, not too much. Oh, is it the mud? Was he getting the mud treatment? Could that be it? Or because it's dirty? What do we think it is? Is it the mud packs or is it the dirt from the tunnel? The evidence that explains the polar bear's dark fur is... Oh no, I'm gonna get in trouble. I think deep down you know the answer. I don't. Also bloodstain, but dark mud pack treatment. No.
Take that!
The mud pack! It is the mud pack! I'm so annoyed! Now I have to read through all this and everybody's gonna call me an idiot even though it's not even crazy. Whatever, man. Whatever, it's the stupid. In all fairness. Wait, and then... Wait. They put me in this damn 50-50.
Take that!
Whatever. Okay. Recall, if you will, Mr. Frank Sod's testimony. It's the rubber glove I dropped. Would you care to explain why it's so dirty? Oh, of course! That's mud from one of the pet treatments I've been practicing. But they didn't say he was working on the... They didn't say that. They didn't say he was working on the polar bear. They never said it. I'm just assuming. Edgeworth is good at being supervised. I was giving one of the animals a mud pack right before the incident happened, but he didn't say which, so I'm not crazy. I see. Around what time would this have been? Let's see. The show had already started, so around 9 a.m. perhaps? The thing is, the more mud I applied, the more in the zone I got, and the darker the animal's fur became. There's no trance quite like the trance one enters when one slathers an animal with thick black mud. While the circus performance was underway, he was given one of the animals a mud pack. And that animal could have been, indeed, our polar bear.
Overruled.
Tip, don't make assumptions. Tip 2, make assumptions sometimes. Exactly, like, it was like, well, yes, you should have assumed. Just, you should have assumed something else. I'm like, okay. My bad, like. Mr. Edgeworth, your latest assertion simply introduces yet another contradiction.
Objection!
Nope. I fully understand, Your Honor, and your doubts are entirely justified. Mr. Sod mentioned applying the mud pack while the circus performance was underway. And this does indeed introduce a new contradiction concerning the security footage. It does? Yes, let's put it this way. When would you expect the footage to have been recorded, Kay? If it was taken right after he applied the mud pack treatment, it should have been around 9 a.m. They say they do this. In which case, something isn't right about the footage. Really? And what's that? Can you tell me too, Edgeworth? What new contradiction is the security footage introduced relative to when it was recorded? What? Oh, this was the 27th. Can I check, like... Can I check stuff? What was the question? What's the contradiction relative to, when it was recorded? This was right before roll call. Right? Can I, like, check my... Whoa! I mean, hopefully that's correct, because I didn't mean to present there, but... Because I wanted to check my evidence before I presented. Because I'm like, he made roll call, right? So how did he make roll call? Mr. Sod said he administered the treatment at around 9 a.m. In which case, the security footage should also show a time of around 9. However, the timestamp says 6:42 a.m. On the day of the murder, the prisoners all went out to the yard to watch the circus. All except 3. Mr. Kanis, who remained in a cell in maximum security. Mr. Sod, who administered a mud pack treatment in the workshop. And Rocco Carcerado, who had been awaiting that precise moment to put his escape plan into action. I believe he entrusted the bear to Mr. Sod before entering the tunnel. Look at him go! The bear then slipped out of Mr. Sod's grasp to run after its cue. Look at him. Mr. Sod would have then left the workshop to pursue the bear, at which point he saw Mr. Kanis' dog retrieving the murder weapon from Knight's body. It all fits perfectly, except for the security footage, which should have been recorded around 9 a.m. However, the timestamp is 3 hours off. But why would the timestamp be wrong? Detective, I would like you to have that security camera examined. Right away, please. There is a... I'm gonna snooze this ad. How much time? They give me only 5 extra minutes when I snooze it? Bro, what? That's cheeks. I'm back, sir. I just talked to the guards and... Seems like the time codes can slip up on these cameras if they lose power. Lose power? What are we talking about, bro? What? They're pretty old, sir. What is going on in this prison? The least you can have are proper security cameras. They're pretty old, sir. Guess the clock stops when the power's off. Which would mean the power was off for approximately 3 hours at some point. That's not all, sir. You remember how Knight denied stealing the keys? No one believed him considering, well, you know, he seemed kinda like the only suspect. Turns out that wasn't all he said. He also said he was knocked out cold, just like the other guy. Which may not necessarily have been a lie. I mean, he has a big... He has a mark on his head, like he was knocked out by something. Darlings, there you all are! Does she wear gloves? She does not wear gloves. How goes the investigation? Is there anything I can do to help things along? The music change. This is her theme. I'm pretty sure. Actually, there might be something we can do for you, Warden McGuire. The escapee, Mr. Carcerado. I believe he may still be on the premises. He is disguised as a guard. Here's the proof, should you need it. We're reasonably certain that the person captured on this tape is our man. And if I am correct, he might even still be right here in the room with us now. Hey, Mr. Carcerado would have been wearing a bracelet, right? Yes, a bracelet that could easily be hidden under the sleeves of his stolen uniform. Furthermore, the doors out of the prison proper don't have those sensors that detect the bracelets. The doors out of the prison proper don't have those sensors that detect the bracelets installed. So if he avoided doors with sensors, he could simply wait for the opportunity to finally make his escape. Well, yes, I suppose he could. He'd just have to avoid the workshops and the cells and... Oh my. He's one of you, isn't he? He's here right now. It's Teddy. Hey, paws off! Get your mitts off of me, you big palooka! Thank you, Teddy. Very kind of you to confirm our suspicions. Snitch! Snitch! Yo, kill that bear, bro. Just kidding! Kill Mr. Carcerado. I would never say that. The bear has gotta live. It's Mr. Carcerado we need to put in jail. I'm crying. Thank you, Teddy. No, Teddy's the GOAT. Not too much on Teddy. Even if Teddy is a snitch. Nothing but love and respect. for Teddy. Teddy said, listen, I know I'm your bestie, but honey, I got a snitch. You need to go behind bars. Thank you, Teddy. Very kind of you to confirm our suspicions. Dang it, kid! If it wasn't for you, Ida. What a thing it is to be loved, huh, Mr. Carcerado? I'm almost envious. Wild, said from the head asexual in charge, Miles Edgeworth. Apprehend this man. Don't say that, Mr. Edgeworth. You're like, we love you, Edgeworth. Don't say that. What are you envious of? We love you. A moment, if you will. I have some questions for our would-be escapee. If we are to learn the truth, I will need to speak with him. With your permission, of course. I can hardly say no. No now, can I? Well, come on. Come on then, hit me with your best shot. Mr. Carcerado's escape route led directly into Knight's cell. So it's highly possible he has something to offer. Tell me what you were doing on the day Mr. Knight's body was discovered. So it was you guys, huh? You're the one who found my secret getaway tunnel? You know how long it took me to dig that freaking thing? I had me a guard's uniform, a hole dug, and a plan in place, so I went for it the day you found the guy. But then this little guy had to come right after me. That sack of fur was covered in mud, too. Had to go back to our cell. Yeah, I would have gotten away with it if somebody hadn't offed Night and brought you bums down here. You claim to have dug that tunnel just now. How exactly did you do it? I don't know. Used everything I could have got my hands on. See? Hammers, spoons, you name it. I spent every dime I had on this cockamamie fixer. And what do I got to show for it now, huh? Do not be disheartened, friend. Tomorrow is another day. There's an outside chance Mr. Carcerado and Knight met face to face just before Knight's death. I should see what other details I can extract from him. So it was you guys, huh? You're the ones who found my secret getaway tunnel. Yes. You know how long it took me to dig that freaking thing? I had me a guard's uniform, a hole dug, and a plan in place, so I went for it on the day you found the guy.
Hold it!
Tell me more. We'll be right back. You need a minute? No problemo. In the meantime, since I will be waiting, let me see. Will it let me? The ad is already happening. Stop things for me. It doesn't matter because like Anna's in an ad right now, so I'll wait for her anyways, right? So I'll wait for you. Welcome back. The uniform was that from the fixer too. Sure was. Heard he had something on one of the gods. Did he like feed the bear just now? That was super cute. Had the guy swipe it from a pal's locker. And were you wearing it when you were crawling through the tunnel? Nope. Would have got dirt on it. Had to hold on to it till I got to the holding cell. But once I was out of there and dressed up, opening the cell door should have been a piece of cake. Here we go, I think. Freedom beckons. And then the fur ball here jumps up at me. Which would be the moment captured on camera. I see. I'd be grateful if you could add that to your testimony. Once I was out of that tunnel and all dressed up, opening the cell door should have been a piece of cake. What? Did you have the keys?
Hold it!
Opening the cell door should have been a piece of cake, you say? Sure, anything seems easy after dragging yourself through a hole in the ground. And you were familiar with the layout of the detention center, even though you live in the prison? Well, why wouldn't I be? It ain't like I never been there before. If he's familiar with the detention center, then he'd surely be aware. What am I missing? That unlike the doors in the main prison, the holding cell doors are locked with actual keys. And I'm sure Mr. Caserato would have needed that particular piece of evidence to make his escape. I'm right! I'm like, oh, so you had the keys! Then this little guy had to come right after me. That's what I thought.
Objection!
You claim that leaving the holding cell would have been a piece of cake, as you put it. Yeah, you got a problem with that? Because we can make it a problem if you catch my drift. Even once you had reached Knight's cell, you still had another door to contend with. How exactly did you plan on opening it? Mr. Caserato, I posit that leaving the cell would have been a piece of cake only because you had the key. I ain't got no stinking key. I didn't need one. It was a piece of cake because the door was open. I walked right out.
Objection!
Yes, I suppose Knight's cell was vacant by that point. There would have been no reason to lock it. And it was indeed unlocked when I went to examine it for myself. So perhaps when you'd finally succeeded today, it truly was unlocked because it was after the murder. But you had attempted to escape previously. Yeah, and the security footage shows that you tried and failed because Teddy caught you. Which was during the circus performance before the body was discovered. The holding cell was still locked at that time because no one knew that Knight had been killed yet. Therefore, you must have had the key to his cell. Without it, your escape would not have been possible. Are you saying, could he really have? I believe he could, yes. The theft of the keys was, in fact, perpetrated by none other than Mr. Caserato. He is the one who attacked the guard. But not just the guard. Knight too. All to gain possession of the guard's keys. It wasn't me, you lousy bum. I didn't even know this Knight guy.
Objection!
After you stole the keys, you went back to your cell to avoid suspicion. And then you waited for the perfect moment to escape. A moment when the prison would be almost deserted. That's what the last dude said. Oh, so none of y'all know Knight. This is your first time hearing about it. Okay. Oh, okay. That's right. The moment of the show. Just before the discovery of the body. Unluckily for you, that particular attempt was thwarted by your furry friend. Says who, huh? You got proof, genius? This ain't your win yet. Nuh-uh. Knight knocked the guard out for the count, and everybody knows it.
Objection!
Don't play games with me. Knight was as much of a victim as the guard in this case. As a matter of fact, I have proof that Knight had been attacked in his cell.
Take that!
Is this what they want? Okay. We found traces of Knight's blood on the cleanly wiped floor of his cell. What could possibly explain such a thing other than him having been attacked? And it was you who attacked him. You ambushed the both of them and stole the keys. Why, I oughta. What's with you, huh? That newspaper wiped that blood up good. Ain't no way you could have found it. It's like, where do I start? Ain't no way you should have found it. Like, you're so goofy. Okay, well, why did you think you had to wipe it up anyway? If they checked Knight in the god's hands, they would have seen those two never came to blows. But that blood'll give up the whole game. Ain't no way they don't figure out there's a third man in the ring. Plus, once they started sniffing around the floor, they would have found the tunnel in a pot beat. So you wiped up the blood to buy yourself a little more time, so you could wait for a better opportunity? No, honestly, that's when I was thinking of starting. I was hoping we'd get what's it called? Like a natural stopping point at the hour, because I was like, I promised my friend I'd call her. So we will be stopping at around 10. Let me sneeze this out. So that ad should go off when we're done. You were supposed to call her like 10 minutes ago. I was supposed to call her at 8 p.m. actually. So you wiped off the blood to buy yourself a little more time so you could wait for a better opportunity. Sadly, the opportunity you sought wasn't good enough to get you clear of the prison, it seems. Now, hand over the keys. Ooh, that's the haymaker right in the kisser. KO'd by a lousy, stinking bum. Fine. You want the keys? Here, I hope you choke on them. Thank you.
Overruled.
Wait a moment. If Mr. Carcerado here had the keys. Indeed, Your Honor. Your theory relies on Knight having used the keys he allegedly stole to escape his cell. That was the only way he would have been able to enter Mr. Saint's cage and be moved into the workshop. Unfortunately, we now know that theory cannot possibly be true. No! Guess this changes things up a bit, yeah? Now the only person who could have moved Knight's body is the one person who knew about that tunnel. No! You gotta be freaking... Mr. Carcerado, you're under arrest. Come quietly now, pal. The way this man will arrest anything. Well, wait, you got the wrong guy. I didn't do nothing. Well, you did plenty. I don't know if you... I don't know if you killed the guy. But I didn't do nothing crazy. Alright, fine. I knocked those two chumps out and I stole the keys. But after that, I went right back to my cell and waited for my moment. Next time I went into Knight's cell, there was nobody around, and I mean nobody. Plus, his body was found in the workshop. You think I just magicked my way in there or something? I couldn't even have gotten out of my cell. Indeed. You only have the key to Knight's cell. You couldn't have left your own cell back in the prison. But Mr. Kanis' dog could. What? It was not you, but Helmut that moved the body from your cell to the workshop. I get it now. You're saying he wasn't the only con in this conspiracy. Indeed. One can easily imagine that Mr. Carcerado and Mr. Kanis might have worked together. Mr. Carcerado could have killed Knight and dragged him back to his cell. And then Mr. Kanis' dog took him from there to the workshop. There's no restrictions on the animal's movements within the prison. Movement between the detention center and the prison proper, however, is tightly controlled. There was only one possible route, and only you could have taken advantage of it, Mr. Carcerado. How can you be so sure, huh? Maybe there's more of them and you just don't know. Something tells me that digging even a single tunnel was arduous enough. You got that right. You try scraping more than one hole in the dirt with a spoon. Lucky for me, I didn't have to dig the whole way. Somebody already did a bunch of the work for me. What? You didn't dig the entire tunnel yourself? Nope. Found it when they put me in that cell. What? Ran all the way from the well in the yard already. Oh. Even looked down the well to check it from there. It was the same tunnel, all right. I just made good on what somebody else already started. Huh. Then what was the original tunnel for? Who knows? You're the one with all the answers, pal. Maybe someone else tried to break out? Ooh, or maybe the animals dug it. Like, to get water from the well or something? I've heard more plausible scenarios than that in B-grade movies, Kay. Well's dry, kid. Ain't no water to be had down there. Otherwise, you would flood and drown, yeah? Though, come to think of it. A smell. Yeah, always smelled kinda nice down there. Nice? Gee, I don't know. Smelled sorta like dessert, I guess. A sweet scent. That sounds very familiar. The body had a sweet scent. Then it was sent down the...
Take that!
The well? Detective Gumshoe noticed a sweet smell when we were examining Knight's body. With the help of a police dog, we followed the scent of the body and traced its route back through the prison. And that, Mr. Carcerado, is how we found your tunnel. Could that same sweet scent be what you noticed coming from the well? Very clever, Mr. Edgeworth. You mean to suggest that this is evidence of the body having been moved through the tunnel? I do. Furthermore, Mr. Carcerado, you are the only person who could have done it. Nobody else had access. You have our thanks, Mr. Carcerado. Truly. Finally, the truth comes into view. Now, unburden yourself. It is time. Confess your role in this tragic incident. What? You ain't pinning this on me. I'm glad to see that we are finally in agreement, Your Honor. Oh, if only we were, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Carcerado may have been an accomplice, but not of Mr. Kanis. No, he was working with Mr. Knight.
Hold it!
What do you mean? I do not believe that he moved Mr. Knight's body. Instead, I believe that he lent Mr. Knight the use of the keys he stole. You've got to be kidding me! Granted, it seems likely that he attacked Mr. Knight. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Mr. Knight was knocked unconscious as a result. And what if he wasn't? What if he and Mr. Carcerado had reached a certain agreement? What kind of agreement, exactly? Mr. Knight was plotting an escape for which he required a means of leaving his cell. And here was that precise means in the form of the keys Mr. Carcerado had just stolen from the guard. Mr. Carcerado himself would need to pass through Mr. Knight's cell in order to effect his own escape. Mr. Knight needed only to shout and alert the guards, and Mr. Carcerado's plans would be ruined. And so, the two struck a deal. Lady, the only striking I do is with my fists. My, still you deny it? So, we're agreeing that we still disagree? Mr. Knight had Mr. Carcerado unlock his cell so that when Mr. Saint arrived, he could escape into the cage. Mr. Saint was then able to move him into the prison proper, just as planned. Ah! And then he took Mr. Knight into the workshop and did the dirty deed.
Objection!
Were neither of you listening? The scent on Mr. Knight's body proves that it was taken through the tunnel. It was moved through the cell to...
Perhaps if you would let me finish, Mr. Edgeworth. I am not denying that Mr. Knight's body was moved through the tunnel.
Then what are you driving at? Is this a trick question?
As you say, Mr. Edgeworth, the sweet scent shows the route the body took. However, it did not enter the tunnel from Mr. Knight's cell.
The overruled cutting your voice off is so funny.
Overruled. Huh? Then how did it get down there? There was another possibility, one you seem to have overlooked. The well in the yard. Could a body not have entered the tunnel from there?
The well in the yard?
Oh yeah, that thing! Mr. Saint did not take the cage to the workshop, he took it outside. There, he killed Mr. Knight and threw his body down the well.
Then there should be traces of blood in the well, mind you.
Mr. Kanis's dog then dragged Mr. Knight's body here.
Wait, Mr. Kanis's dog then dragged Mr. Knight's body here to his owner's cell from the bottom of the well.
On that note, I would like you to recall something. What was happening in the yard at the approximate time of the body's discovery? The circus show, right? Regina and Simon were performing for everyone. Wait, Simon! Oh. Indeed. So you see how it must have also been him who disposed of the body.
Judge Cavell is a truly formidable opponent. She so effortlessly adjusted her theory to fit the facts.
I propose that Mr. Knight was taken to the yard, not the workshop.
Remember, judges are attorneys first before they become judges.
And as we have established, Mr. Saint was off stage for 15 minutes.
This woman was a prosecutor, I feel it in my bones.
Ample time to throw the body down the well. I'm sure you agree.
Objection!
Your deduction is impressive, Your Honor. However, even supposing that Knight's body was indeed thrown down the well, you cannot conclusively say that it was during the show. It could have happened at a different time.
Overruled.
My sympathies, Mr. Edgeworth, but it simply could not have. What? Mr. Casarado was using the tunnel at around the time the show began. Mr. Casarado, did you happen to trip over a corpse while you were down there?
No. Place was clean.
Ugh. If the body had been at the bottom of the well before the show began, Mr. Casarado would have seen it. However, he saw no such thing. Which makes it somewhat difficult to support your theory. Furthermore, Mr. Knight's body was discovered in the workshop after the show. In summary, the body must have been thrown down the well and moved to the workshop. At some point during the show. Tell me, who else could have done that but Mr. Saint? You'd just be saying shit, bro. What do we do, Mr. Edgeworth?
If the body did indeed enter the tunnel from the well, things don't look good for Mr. Saint. Your Honor, your theory is still just that, a theory. And I posit that you lack the evidence to back it up. I feel like we're hitting a point where we're almost... Listen, if they start... Oh, Milana's online. I concede to that. For the moment, I do not. May I suggest that we investigate the yard again?
Very well. May the goddess of justice go with you.
Alright. Now then to the yard. Perhaps we can finally put this case to rest. Oh. Oh. What's that sound?
Yikes! Is there a fire?
I think this is gonna probably be a cut, right?
Did somebody else escape? Should we maybe skip town too?
Darlings, please.
There's nothing to be alarmed about. By which I mean that's not an alarm, it's the dinner bell.
That's
Although I suppose it's rather alarming if you aren't used to it. It certainly scared the heck out of me.
me too.
I'm so sorry, sweet pea. I hope you can forgive us. All right, you two, back to your post. Chop, chop.
Oh my gosh. I was like, surely they're like a to be continued.
As for you, Rocco Cosserado, it's time you went back to your room.
Thought this case was about to get extra interesting.
Yeah, fine. I get the picture. Come on, Teddy. We out of here. Warden LaGuard, we'd like to take one more look around the yard now. Oh, darlings, don't you have homes of your own to go to? Visiting hours are over, I'm afraid. Tomorrow, No, it is imperative that we investigate it right away. I think we've had quite enough excitement for one day, don't you? Murderers escape be so eventful.
Conditioning the prisoners to be scared of dinner. Anna's so funny.
It's time our guests went home to Betty Buys, isn't it? Yes, it is. Ugh. Come on now, darlings. Don't make me bore you with all that I'm the warden, this is an order nonsense.
Yeah, we're coming to an end here.
Warden LaGuard is right. Her word is law here, and we must respect her wishes. Mr. Edgeworth, your investigation of the yard will have to wait until tomorrow. You may keep your badge for now. The matter of your standing can wait. I bid you all good day.
Well.
Are you waiting for Kittyins? Kittykins. What are you waiting for, Kittykins? Off you go!
Fine, at least there is a tomorrow for me.
Judge Cavell believes that Knight's body was dropped down the well, and then taken through Mr. Coserado's cell to the workshop. But is that truly the case? Do the facts really support her theory? She also seems to believe Mr. Saint had to be the one to move the body. But was he really the one with the opportunity to do so? Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, tomorrow's another day. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out a way to save Simon. I know we will. Yes, we will. I will prove that Mr. Saint is innocent, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Oh, he's a defense attorney. Oh. That could to be continued. We made it! We made it! We did it, chat. Alright. That's it. Alright, so that is going to be the stopping point for today. We got like 3 hours in. That's why I was like, literally 3 minutes after 10. I was like, listen, I feel a to be continued in my bones. It's time. The lunch bell is ringing. I should honestly take that clip and just make that like a sound for chat or something. The boo boo, and people will be like, "What is that?" That's like my raid sound. And they'll be like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's just a raid. Don't worry about it." Anyways, yeah, that's it. Thank you for joining me, Anna and Thunder, and anybody else who stopped by. I'm probably going to raid Milana, because I see that she is streaming. So in the meantime, just thank you for joining me, and I will be, hopefully one day we'll finish this case. One day. But in the meantime, thanks everybody for being here, and I will see you later. Have a good night. Let me raid Milana right now. So stick around if you want to see Milana's stream, because she's so sweet and cute and nice. And I love her. Here we are.